Good morning. My name is Jay Gray, and I'm the founder of Just Us Insurance. I work with my daughter, Heather Gray, and we help people with Medicare, health, and life insurance. Here's our associate, Gracie Gray, who kind of takes care of all the security around here. And today we're going to discuss Medicare Basics. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. We can figure this out. And I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And here we go, Medicare Basics. What is Medicare? Medicare is a U.S. national health insurance system designed primarily for U.S. citizens age 65 and older. If you're under 65 and you've been on disability for 24 months, then you're also eligible for Medicare. And we also find that there's people working past age 65. And if they've got group insurance, depending on the cost of that, a lot of times they may wait and not sign up for the Medicare A and B until they retire. Let's say they retire at 69, 70, then they'll go ahead and start up the Medicare Part A and Part B. Medicare was signed into law back in July 30th, 1965. There's Harry Truman's card and Social Security card, and what he had, it showed the Social Security number with the letter A in front of it. And that's what they did up until a few years ago. Now they stopped using your Social Security number. They realized that it was a risky proposition. So now you're going to get a card and it's going to have a unique Medicare number just for you. It's also going to have on it your Part A and Part B start dates. Right now there's 55 million Americans on Medicare. And they're projecting that in 10 years, it's going to bump up to 80 million. Okay, original Medicare pays 80%, covers the hospital, which is Part A, and the doctor's office, which is Part B. Any idea what the Part B premium was back in 1965? Drum roll. $3. So now it's bumped up. Inflation has taken its course. Part B premium is $144.60 if your income is under $87,000. If you're married and filed jointly, if it's under $174,000, it's going to be $144.60 for Part B. If your income's higher than that, then there's bracket changes, and it'll be higher just depending on what bracket you're in. Now, Part A for the hospital, that's $0 if you've worked in the United States for 40 quarters and paid into taxes. 4 parts. Part A is the hospital. Part B is the doctor's office. Part C is the complete package, which includes Part A, Part B, and it also includes Part D, which is the drug plan. Okay, Medicare covers 80%. You're on the hook for the remaining 20%. And that 20%, there's no cap. So that's a pretty risky position. So here are your options. Option number 1 is Medicare Advantage with a drug plan. Option number 2 is what's called a Medicare Advantage plan. Let's start off with the Medicare supplement. With that, you still have to keep paying your Medicare premium. Let's say it's $144.60. Then you select a Medicare supplement plan, and you'd also select a drug plan. With the Medicare supplement plan, there's many different options, a lot of different companies, a lot of different plans. It's almost like an alphabet soup. We're going to streamline it for you. We're going to recommend either a plan N, like nice, or a plan G, like good. Those seem to be the best bang for your buck, and the price of that's going to be determined by your age and what county, what state you're in. And then you also need a standalone drug plan. And with that, the least expensive ones we've been writing this year is about $14. Put a lot of people on that plan. However, depending on the drugs you're taking, that might not be the best plan. We're going to shop that to find out, because we want to make sure that the plan you're on is the least copays for you for that year. And there's people out there with unique, expensive drugs, and we really got to shop it to make sure that you're not paying too much, or at least paying the least amount that you can. The other thing to note about the drug plan, let me go over that right now too. You have to have a drug plan. Even if you don't do anything else and you just have your Medicare, once that Medicare is activated, you have to have a drug plan. Otherwise, down the road, when you do need a drug, let's say you're not taking any drugs right now and you don't think you need one. Well, let's say 5, 6 years, you've got some kind of an ailment where you've got to take this expensive drug. Well, you sign up for a drug plan, then you're going to pay a penalty for every month you did not have that drug plan. So no matter what option you go with, you got to have a drug plan. Now, option number 2, it's called a Medicare Advantage plan. I'd say of all the clients that we have, oh, hold on a sec, got to let out the security dog here. There you go. Okay, so of all the clients we have, probably more go on a Medicare Advantage plan just because of the cost. The main clients that go on a Medicare supplement, because you've got to pay the Medicare A and B cost, which is $144.60. You also have to pay the Medicare supplement cost, and then you also have to pay the drug plan. So there's 3 costs you've got to pay. So the people that go on a Medicare supplement are either ones that really want that flexibility to be able to go to any doctor, but also, let's say they've got a couple of doctors that don't accept Medicare Advantage. So they're going to go on the Medicare supplement side. So here we go with the Medicare Advantage. With that, the advantages are they're lower cost. It's usually $0 for the plan, and most of them include a drug plan for $0. They also offer extra benefits, many, many bells and whistles, depending on the plan, depending on the county you're in. Some of them offer vision services, dental services, transportation. Some offer health memberships. Some offer chiropractic and acupuncture. Some of them offer podiatry services. Some offer hearing. Some of them offer over-the-counter essentials where they'll give you money toward like vitamins and toothpaste and stuff like that. Some of the plans offer telehealth, which right now is a pretty timely feature where you don't have to go in the office. You could talk to the doctor right over the phone. They'll do a FaceTime with you. That is a great option right now. Some of them offer worldwide travel benefits. So the list goes on, and it just depends on the county you're in as far as what the cost is and what the benefits are. And also, too, we'll shop to find out which plans does your doctor accept. So now, with all of that said, what would be the next step? We've kind of just given you a little basics of what Medicare offers, but there's more in-depth stuff we need to go over. So here you go. You could either set up an appointment with us. Option number 1 would be a phone appointment. That's pretty easy, just basic. We talk on the phone. We kind of listen to what your needs are, what your objectives are, and we'll kind of go over some options for you. We can even sign you up right over the phone. There's there's online applications. Most of the companies offer those now, so we can help you with that whole process. Option B would be a virtual appointment where we go ahead and, once again, we're on the phone, but then we're also sharing our computers, and you can see our computer, and we'll go over everything right on our computer. You'll watch us fill out the application. Sometimes we send you a DocuSign where you sign it that way. So that's probably the preferred method. More people like that, especially now. It's great because you don't have to be in front of somebody. You don't have to drive anywhere. It is a really nice option these days. Now, some people are old school, and they're going to select option 2, where you set up an appointment with us. Now, with that, there's two options. One is just meet us at our home office here in San Marcos, and then we can kind of go over everything with you face to face. We can go ahead and sign you up that way. Or if you'd rather and you can't drive, or you just don't want to come to us, we'll go to you. Or if you don't want somebody to come to your house, we could meet you at a local coffee shop, something like that. Now that depends. It's a case-by-case scenario. depending on your location and the time availability. And in with these appointments, we're going to go ahead and, once I said before, we're going to go over Medicare A and B. We're also going to maybe sign you up for that. That's another thing too. At 62, if you started taking Social Security, they're going to automatically mail you out a Medicare A and B card. And then you have the option to accept it or not. However, if you did not take Social Security at 62, then you need to initiate that yourself. Now, you could go into the Social Security office, but right now they're closed. But you can also do it right over the phone. We can help you, and it's an online application, and that we can do also. But the main thing is we're going to figure out, A, are you already getting your card, or B, no, you're not, and we'll help you get that initiated. We'll also go over the Medicare Supplement Standalone Drug Plan to see if that's your best option, or we'll go over a Medicare Advantage plan that includes a drug plan. We'll see what works best for you. Everybody's different, everybody's unique. The main thing to keep in mind is there's no cost for our services. So, love to work with you. Here's our phone number over there, and that's pretty much the end of this session. Hope you got something out of it, and if you'd like, give us a call.